Welcome. Today I'm sharing why I use my Cricut specifically for scrapbooking and how it helps personalize my layouts, stretch my supplies, and create exactly what a page needs. And then I'll walk you step by step through a beginner-friendly starting point inside Cricut Design Space and help you download and save files to use again and again. Yay, we get to talk about Cricut today, my favorite subject. So I have so many people that I talk to that were so excited about Cricut. They ran out and bought a Cricut and it's still sitting in the box. And most of the time it's simply because they don't know where to start. And sometimes they'll say, well, I've opened Design Space, I've looked at all the buttons, and I've thought, nope, this is just too much. And I do understand that because I am not a tech wizard and I don't understand every single feature in Design Space. I'm just a scrapbooker who, at some point when I was working on a page, was like, I really wish I had this, or if I had that in this specific size or in this shape. So it was kind of like a necessity. And so that's really, honestly, what's made me go to my Cricut. Now, when I first started my YouTube channel a few years ago, I actually shared quite a few Cricut tutorials because my Cricut and scrapbooking was something that I really loved, but those videos didn't get a lot of traction time. So as my channel grew, I pivoted into more general scrapbooking content to help grow the channel and meet the people's needs, right? But behind the scenes, I never stopped using my Cricut. It really became one of the most powerful tools in my scrapbooking, not because I use it for everything and not because it replaces traditional paper crafting, but because it solves very specific problems and creative needs that I have. I use it a lot for personalization. So the Cricut allows me to create exactly what my page needs, not just a pre-made title from a collection, but the exact words that match my story, like a grandchild's name, a specific event, an inside joke. I'm always trying to be punny, and there aren't always words or prefabbed words that go with the titles that I want to say. Or maybe I want the title to curve perfectly around a circle or around a photo, or maybe I want a font that matches the mood of my page. So the Cricut really allows me to create exactly what I need. Also, to stretch my supplies. So there's so many times when I have enough paper for multiple layouts, but not quite enough stickers or embellishments or icons to support all of the pages. So instead of buying more, I can use scraps of cardstocks and cut shapes or repeat simple shapes to build patterns or backgrounds. And I'm really just trying to fill a visual gap. So I can create dimension and layers using what I already have, right? The Cricut helps me just to get more mileage out of collections that I already love and that I'm using. I definitely also use it to complement my stamps and my dies, not replace them. So I still love stamping, I still love die cutting, but sometimes I need a larger focal image or to be able to add stamped details on top of an image or to layer die cuts around a custom title. It just becomes another tool in my toolbox and working with my paper crafting supplies, not instead of them. Honestly, most of the time that I use my Cricut, it starts with a creative problem. So I'll be halfway through a layout and I will think, it just needs something, something. It just needs a little something. And then there's that frustration that has that little gap where it usually pushes me to Design Space to figure out how to create it. So necessity really breeds creativity because if you need something and you don't have it, you're going to try to create it. Now, I hear from scrapbookers all the time and card makers that I'm scared to use it. I'm not techie. I don't know where to start. Design Space overwhelms me, or my Cricut is still in the box, or I don't want to waste paper, or I don't understand the layers. There's too many buttons. I don't have time to learn something new. That's mine. I'm always scared to learn something new, or I know it's going to take time and I don't want to. But there's never a time when you learn something new that you regret learning something new. So, what I've learned is that you do not have to know or master every feature. I will never know or understand every feature in Design Space. You don't have to understand every tool. You don't have to be a Cricut expert. You just need to learn the next thing. That's it. So typically on the Cricut tutorials that I have on this channel, they're very specific and very short because I need something. I learn just enough to do that, and then I move on. And I go for a while, and then I need to know one more little thing. I learn just that little thing, and then I move on. Very much, I'm a bite-sized pieces kind of person. And your Cricut doesn't have to become your entire craft room. It just needs to support what you're already doing. So today, I'm going to go back to the basics. And one of the most common questions I get is how to download a free Design Space file or access a free Design Space file and then save that and have access to that. Now, when you understand that, it really opens up the door to filling your library. And so it might seem like a basic question to some, but it really is a big barrier if you don't know how to do that. So I'm going to walk you through that really quick, clearly and simply, nothing overwhelming. And if your Cricut is still in the box, this might be your cue to get it out, take it out, plug it in, start small, maybe create a title, an icon, a page, and add it to a page and just build from there. So let's head on over to Design Space and see if we can't accomplish one simple step. We'll see you over there. So I am sharing my YouTube screen right here. And so when you go to YouTube, you can type, well, let's just type mine, for example, Snips by Kelly free DS link. I have a lot of free Design Space links on process videos that I've done over the years so that if you wanted to case that layout, you would have the exact Design Space file that I used. So if you click into the video, and forgive me, I'll make sure to mute the video as soon as it opens. You might hear a little bit of voice in the first few seconds, but let's go ahead and open it. Let me mute that. Okay, now let's wait for this little ad to, here we go. Okay, so if we're on this video and I click the More button on my video, you can see that I've shared a free Design Space file. This particular video, let's look at it. It looks like it's a lake layout. And so I've shared a Design Space file to be able to create that background. So I'm going to click on that Design Space file that I shared. And I'm going to click Open in Cricut Design Space. So now let me just make sure that this opens for you all to see. I may have to go over to my Cricut really quick. Let me do stop share. For some reason, sometimes when you flip applications, it will be a little bit wonky. So let me reshare. Make sure you can see it. Here it is. Good deal. So what it does is it opens up that free Design Space file in your Cricut. So now you would see this picture in your Cricut, and you have two prompts, customize or make it. You can click make it, but then you would have to go back to that original video to get that Design Space file again if you ever wanted to create more parts and pieces. So what I recommend is hitting customize. When you hit customize, it pulls up that Design Space file. You can see all of the images, and you can go up to the save button, click save as. Okay, let me first make sure. I'm a little paranoid. I had some technical difficulty, so I just want to make sure that it's screen sharing the appropriate thing. All right, so you can click save as, and you can name it. You can keep the name that it has, or you can name it. And then when you click save, that saves it to your design space. So you never have to go back to the original source to get it again. You don't have to go back to my YouTube video or any YouTube video that you've gotten that free design space file from. Lots of demonstrators share free design space files for, say, fancy fold cards or for, scrapbook pages. So now if you go into My Stuff, let me make sure my stuff is showing. It is. You go into My Stuff, you see it right here. So it is saved in your stuff. And when you click on that and you open it, you can click Make It. Hold on, it's a coming. And then it opens up each of those pages according to color and size. So you can see each image. I've already done the work. I've just shared that design space file with you. All you have to do is open it up in your Cricut and click Make It. It shows you the colors they should be, and they're already sized to the size that they should be. So that's a great place to start, clicking on existing design space files that have been shared and then using those in your layouts. So now let's go ahead and cancel that, but you can go back to YouTube at any time and you can search for free design space files. If you search Snips by Kelly free design space file, you can definitely find lots of design space files that you can practice downloading into your Cricut. Now let's do it a different way. Let's get a design space link from a guide. So sometimes we purchase guides or we earn guides, whether they're card making or scrapbooking, by making purchases on different people's websites, or maybe we get them for free and we get a document sent to us. And inside that document is a design space file link. It's the same concept. So let me share my screen and I'm going to pull up a guide for you. So I'm going to share it. I'm going to double check, yep, that is sharing. So this happens to be a guide that I created for the Lovely Florals scrapbooking workshop. And so you'll see a lot of information in here that talks about how to put your pages together and that kind of thing. I'll start to talk a little bit about Cricut cuts. And it'll say design space file. And here is the design space file that I created. And these design space files sometimes take a lot of work. And so it's a great thing to be able to have access to. So when you come down, I show what color each sheet is that gets loaded into the Cricut, but it will also organize that when you click on that design space file. So also in the guide, you see all the measurements, how to cut your paper. And when you get to the end of how to cut your paper, at the very end, you see the layouts and the instructions. So once you've cut your Cricut cuts and you've done all the other parts and pieces from your paper, then it'll show you how to put it together. So let's go back up here to that design space file. When anyone says, I'll share the design space file with you, it means that they've created a file of images, they've saved it and named it, and then they can hit the share button and share it with you. You can click on it. So I'm going to click on it right here. And it's going to open it up in my Cricut. And so you can see that it wants to open it in my Cricut. So I'm going to click open. And it's going to take a minute here for the screen to change. So I'm going to stop share. And then I'm going to reshare over here in my Cricut. So let me reshare. It's just a feature problem that I have sometimes in Zoom where I want to share and it isn't It isn't going from screen to screen. And so I just want to make sure that I'm sharing it. Yes, I am. So here's what that design space file looks like. So I clicked on the design space file in the guide, same as clicking on a design space file on a YouTube video or a Facebook post or anywhere that you find a free design space file. So again, you see those buttons, customize or make it. If you hit customize, then you get the option to save it. So here's what all those images look like that I've added to the Lovely Florals workshop. You click Save As, and you can name it or rename it. Hit the Save button. Now it will always be in your stuff on your design space file. So let me make sure that you're seeing that. You are. And then I'm going to go to My Stuff. And now you see it's right here. And I can pull it up and I can click Make It. So all you're doing is transferring the file that someone shared and you're putting it in your library. That's all you're doing. And then when you click Make It, it's already colored, it's already sized, and it's already prepared for you. So all you have to do is load your paper. So you can see it has loaded my paper according to color, and all of the images are on those pieces of paper that need to be cut. You can go cut them. So that's a great place. If you have design space files that have been shared, you can go through YouTube videos. You can go through my YouTube videos and just click on the design space files that are shared and try to load those into your Cricut and use those on your own scrapbooking pages. I hope that you find that a little less scary and super useful. You can also check out all kinds of beginner tutorials with all little snippets of things that I've done and I've used when I'm operating my Cricut on my scrapbooking pages. I hope that this helps and that you'll hit like, subscribe, the notifications bell, and you'll come back soon to Snips by Kelly for more tips and tricks on how to get that Cricut out of the box, dust it off, and use it to enhance your scrapbooking. Thanks so much for hanging with me. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.